the last round and then finals. So last round we have two matches, and then the finals is one match, so three more matches.
Well, I think the final advantage that you get is if you so it becomes effectively double elimination at that point, with the team in second place suffering one loss. So, if for example, if Team Predators were to win both these matches, then they would go in to the final only needing to win that match, and the Riders would go in needing to get to win two matches in a row.
I see. So, the first ship for Stormy Raiders is Fancy, piloted by Dementio, with Hades, Carronade, Artemis. Artemis and Carronade. I see. Next one is Killing Feature, piloted by Finks, with Carronade, Flamethrower, and the Mine Launcher. Go ahead.
And for Team Predator, we have the Incursus, a junker piloted by Guras Agoras, a junker with a right side Banshee Gatling, a front Banshee, and a left side double carronade. And on piloted by Fiasco Total, we have the Clown Fiesta, a Carrowfish with a left side beacon flare gun and a right side Banshee. And it's currently having a little dip in the pool, wetting its heels and making sure that nothing overheats from the looks of things.
Yep, so that's Fancy and Killing Feature will engage in curses. So Clown Fiesta should do something.
Looks like this is supposed to be a trap. Whether or not it works, we'll find out in a second.
I don't think Junker will hold much against two Riders clans. Rider ships, I mean.
I'm sorry, you cut out briefly on the stream there. Would you mind repeating the word riders over and over again?
Riders.
Looks like Incursus is taking a lot of fire here. That plan may or may not have worked though. They've managed to pull in the killing feature, but now Clown Fiesta's taking a lot of fire too. Oh, and down goes the armor on the Clown Fiesta. This is not looking great. That's not a great place to be with your armor down in front of a modular.
Yep.
About a third of its perma hull goes.
Why they're backing up?
Trying to get below the modular's gun arcs, but I don't think they're going to be able to escape here, not easily. Good hits on the modular though from the Clown Fiesta with that side gun there, but not enough to stop them from pursuing them still. But Killing Feature has Incursus on the ropes here. They're in the water, they're on the ground. Their armor is still up, but it's gonna take a bit of damage from that flamer.
Yep, so it's not looking good for blue team. Incursus is down. Clown Fiesta will go down here soon. Well,
Incursus's chem cycles are broken. There's fire on every component other than one of the guns, and yep, there it is.
And Clown Fiesta is going down here really soon.
Yeah, this is not a place you want to be. No balloon, lots of stuff on fire, two engines on fire at the moment, hull on fire, yeah. On the plus side, they're no longer on fire, but on the downside, it's because they're underwater.
Yep, so 4 minutes played on this match. Incursus is spawned. Waiting for the ally to spawn as well.
So what do you make of that opening engagement from Team Predator there? That was an interesting attempt to lure them into the open. It seemed to work, but it didn't look like they could capitalize with the Blenderfish quickly enough and move into position. I think they wanted to get the the squid to come and engage the Incursus, but by the time they got in, the Incursus was already having problems with its balloon and suffering a fair chunk of damage, even if it wasn't permahull.
Yeah, that might be true. But well, I think if Incursus was closer to Clown Fiesta, I think they would be a better chance to like deal more damage because it was quite far, so they didn't make there in time.
This is a strange positioning by Team Predator because Incursus is spotted again and they're moving in on it, and Clown
Clown
Fiesta is
Fiesta.
going to take a little bit of time to cover that distance.
Yeah, Clown Fiesta is already spotted. Killing Feature and Fancy as well. They are engaging curses.
The Clown Fiesta manages to get some hits on the killing feature, and the flare gun goes into the Mobulus, so that's a balloon that is. Oh no, the balloon had chem spray on it, so that didn't that did minimal damage to the killing feature's balloon, but yeah, sorry, to the Fancy's balloon. But killing feature now taking some permahull damage. Clown Fiesta in a sad place.
Clown Fiesta
It's
is
arms
taking a lot
down.
of damage right now. Um, Everything's on fire. Balloons down. Well, not down. Now it's down. Holly's taking a lot of damage, so they will go down here very
Mobular Ram
soon.
coming in.
Yep.
Oh, Clown Fiesta, yeah, it's down, and now Incursus is probably going to try and disengage, but it's going to have a hard time because that squid is not going to let it go anywhere easily. On the other hand, Fancy taking a fair chunk of damage. It looks like hydroing out of there and then backing up with a bit of kerosene.
Yep. So
Oh, but the Fancy's taking some permahull damage here.
indeed, but managed to get out of the martyr's arcs, I think.
Yeah, Incursus balloon taking some fire there from the killing feature, and that's allowed Fancy to have a few seconds to do some repairs.
Well, Incursus has a balloon down, hull down. Clown Fiesta is trying to support their teammate, but I don't think Incursus will hold down.
Well, this looks like one of those. Have you seen the film Full Metal Jacket, where the snipers are leaving a wounded man out in the open, so that killing feature taking permahull damage from a bump into the ground there. Its balloon got seriously damaged there by Clown Fiesta, and killing feature might go down here.
Oh
Yep,
my.
down goes killing feature.
So Fancy should go out of there because even when they are a pretty or very experienced team, they should. The 2 against 1 is not the very best idea. By the way, I don't know if I saw that movie.
Well, if that was the strategy that the Ryders were going for, it backfired. I think a quick kill on the Incursus might have been to their betterment. The Fancy here is having to fight because there's no way for a Mobula to outrun a goldfish, especially not turning its back on a blender fish. That's a short experience.
Yeah,
Fancy's probably going to try and do as much damage as they can before they go down.
killing feature is just there, so I think they are waiting. Yep, Fancy's down.
And at the 9-minute mark, it is 3-2 to the Ryders.
Yep. So, Team Predators managed to get 2 kills from them, so that's nice.
I think they'll be pretty pleased with that outcome. The Incursus was on the ropes for a second there, but thanks to some excellent engineering, they were able to soak up that damage, and then their ally came in and, the cavalry saved them from the killing feature and managed to get a kill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in terms of permahull damage, Incursus has suffered maybe 10-15%, so they'll be reasonably happy with that. They're emerging without this next engagement being too uneven.
Yep, so there's no engagements right now, so Incursus is doing something.
Well, they're going with this, look at me, aren't I a tasty target for you to shoot at, approach again with Incursus nice and high and spottable and Clown Fiesta low.
Yeah, maybe they are doing that.
Well, the Junker's a reasonable ship to do that with because of the large amount of armor, although if your permahull does start taking damage, it can result in you dying very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's a pig to actually hit a Junker.
Yeah. So, if they are going to look out for each other, I'm playing Alien Isolation right now.
Oh, I've heard about that one. I don't know if it's is it any good?
Well, I managed to get like the second encounter with the alien, and graphics are wow, just really good, and I think it's a very good game. So meanwhile, Fancy and Killing Feature are shooting at Incursus.
Clown Fiesta, miles away from his ally, might be able to get arcs on the Fancy reasonably quickly here, but Fancy's probably going to push forward. Probably doesn't care if he loses his balloon because he's going to have gun arcs on the Incursus who is falling. Might care about moving past them though. Break on the Incursus, but no damage going down on them because the Clown Fiesta has come in to engage the Fancy, and they're having to put some fire over there instead.
So let's see, Fancy's getting some damage right there. Oh my.
Oh, watch her right into the backside. Couple of damaged engines from the looks of things there. Not broken, but did take a couple of hits. Armor's about to go down again though. Oh, Fancy's having a sad time.
This is not looking good actually for the red team.
Yeah, this is a nice way round to have things, because blender fish can make squids pretty sad, and the Junker currently has the upper hand on the Mobula, although that could change if they can't get gun arcs back on the hull, because the main sort of advantage the Junker has here is that by hitting the Mobula with that Banshee and stripping the armor with that Gatling, they're forcing them to engage with only their Hades at the moment.
Yep, Incursus had their hull down. Clown Fiesta had their balloon down but has recovered. Killing Feature just nomming on Clown Fiesta.
Ooh,
Incursus
Incursus is really sad here.
Yep, their sad face is looking pretty bad.
I think they might just be inside arming time on the Hades, so that they're managing to soak up some of that fire.
Yep, so Incursus. Oh, is that
Ooh,
tar?
nice tar cloud. And 3 engines down on the Fancy, they ain't turning anytime soon.
Yep. But they are
Oh,
not
but the
defenseless.
Killing Feature managed to eliminate the Clown Fiesta, so now it's 4-2, and Incursus is in a lot of trouble here.
Yep. Killing Feature and the Fancy are nomming that Incursus. So well, Clown Fiesta has spawned, but it's no use. Red team wins. That means Storm Riders wins this one.
Yep, another strong display from the Storm Riders there. The Team Predator now have to win this next match by a pretty wide margin to get the advantage for the final.
Yep. Next map is Duel at Dawn.
So they're off to Duel at Dawn. That's a pretty close range map. A lot of opportunities to get up close and personal with your opposition. Some opportunity to snipe out in the open on the northeast of the map, but northwest of the map. But generally reasonably close in.
Yep. So, Fancy Guardian, piloted by Dementio, with double Artemis, Gatling, flare gun, and mine launcher. Next one is Suchender? Zuchender? I don't know how to pronounce
That does all sound good to me.
Yep. Piloted by Finks with Lumberjack, Heavy Flag, Carronade and Hwacha, Hades, and that's a flare gun. Go ahead.
And for Team Predator, we have the Clown Fiesta, a blender fish that is getting the ever-loving crap kicked out of it. It's moved into hardcover. It's got a carronade on the front. On the right-hand side, there is a flamethrower, and on the left-hand side, there is a flamethrower. We also have the Incursus, which at the moment is also getting the ever-loving crap kicked out of it. That is a junker piloted by Guras. The front is a Banshee, the left is a carronade and a flamer. Not easy to see when it's being shot like that. And on the right hand side we have a Banshee and a Gatling gun, although at the moment pretty much none of the guns on the Incursus are functioning. And down goes that goldfish. It took a ton of damage from earlier in the engagement, and then as soon as it popped its head back up again, the Galleon and the Fancy Guardian pummeled it. And now the blue team find themselves out in the open with Hwachas and Gatlings and carronades, oh my, flying straight into its armor.
Yep. So, Ryders takes a victory advantage in the finals.
Yep, this is now just for honor for Team Predator, because whatever the outcome of this battle, the Ryders will have the advantage going into the final. So if the Ryders win the final, that's it. If they lose the first final, there will be a second final in which whoever wins that wins.
Yep. So, we'll see how this goes. So 2-0 in the favor of red team. There was a mine hit, I think. And
Yeah,
Fancy
did
Guardian.
Daniel just mind Finks there?
Yep.
It kind of looked like Daniel might have mind Finks there. They know that they're in the lead here, and they appear to be having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, but the Clown Fiesta hits a mine as well.
Incursus is taking some damage from both ships.
So Predator's playing for pride here for the time being. Heavy carronade going into the balloon on the Sukendra. Its balloon is down.
Yep, Clown Fiesta
Clown Fiesta.
has their armor down, a few burns.
Oh, nasty mine on the Clown Fiesta there, knocking its gun arcs off. But Fancy Guardian getting pummeled by Incursus and taking a few hits from the looks like the Banshee on their permahull there, so they're having a sad time of it. But Clown Fiesta also not having a great day.
In Fancy Guardian is taking a lot of damage. They managed to get their hull back up, but their balloon
Just
is
scraping through there.
Yeah, balloon is a bit of destroyed right there. Well, nearly 2 pixels.
Oh. And we have another kill there for the Fancy Guardian on Incursus, I think.
Yeah. I think now Team Predators just like trying to get the match ends faster, so they're just dying.
I think they want to kill one of these ships. I think that's what they're after. Is they want some kills here. They want their revenge.
Yeah, maybe Fancy Guardian might go down here.
Yep, it currently doesn't have much by way of permahull. I have a feeling that it's basically a bed sheet held up by a canister of hydrogen and some guns attached.
Yeah. So, Clan Fiesta has spawned.
Well, no let up from the Ryders here. Fancy Guardian coming round onto the spawn. They want to get gun arcs on someone and start some shooting. They might regret that when they see what's coming around the corner for them, but
Mm-hmm. Incurse is taking some damage. Nothing too serious though. Fancy Guardian is trying to get to some cover, but Clan Fiesta is going after them.
Cursus has moved into cover. Clown Fiesta's coming around for the flank, but they're going to be without support for a little bit here.
Zukander is defending them with their heavy Coronet and a Watcha. Oh, there was a mine.
Okay, now Clown Fiesta is on their own versus the Fancy Guardian. Can they do anything with their relative permahull advantage here? They're trying to back up, but their hull is broken. The Fancy Guardian putting out mines, but it looks like it's more obstructing them than it is getting any hits on the Clown Fiesta.
Yeah, well, yep.
Oh, but there's a mine hit.
Right in front of them.
There's an armor break. Fancy Guardian. It looks like they're trying to make sure they don't escape.
Yep. So, Clan Fiesta
Ooh,
took some
another nasty mine hit.
mine launcher right there.
Clan Fiesta's balloon is down. Armor is down. Balloon's back up, but armor drops again. Mine directly below them. They pop up, but they manage to get their hull back up just in time. Oh, something angry staring at that is going to kill it, and yep, down it goes.
Yep, so again, red team wins, so we're going to finals. And if Stormy Riders will win, they win the win the event. And if they lose, there's going to be another finals.
Indeed. So if the Storm Riders win this, yep, that's it. But if not, we have two potential.